So I recently went and saw the new Predator Badlands movie, and I wanted to let you guys know what I think of it, and if it's worth going to see it or not. So first off, I think it is a pretty decent movie, a pretty good follow-up installment after the last Predator movie received, which was the Prey movie, which I also liked a lot. This movie, I would definitely say, is worth going to see if you haven't already. But let's get into why I think that. Starting off, this Predator movie takes a very different route from the other Predator movies. Instead of following, a group of people trying to survive a mass murdering alien, you are following the mass murdering alien and sympathizing with it and getting to know and you're just following its story, which I think is a very unique approach. It's something we haven't seen this franchise do yet. Um, I also think it's a very brave and bold decision to make because it's um, not the norm. It's very, very different from the usual Predator formula for the movies. And I think it worked out really well for them. I think it paid off where it wasn't like any of the others and it was a unique experience. And you got to learn a lot more about the Predators and their culture and other planets, which is really cool. World expansion. But it follows this Predator, this runt, as he is referred to. And basically, he is trying to prove himself because he's the runt. And it's following his journey through this, trying to prove himself, going to this planet to hunt the biggest, most dangerous creature there. And he runs into a synthetic or an android, whatever you want to call them, someone sent from Earth, essentially a robot human, and they're kind of forced to team up to survive the planet due to circumstances. Um, and yeah, it's just a really compelling journey. You really want to root for the Predator. Even though you can't understand at all what he's saying, the emotions he portrays, I feel, are very well portrayed without being too humanized. Like, it still feels like an alien creature, but you can relate to it enough. And I think they did that all really well. I think the ending of the movie was awesome. Just throughout the whole movie, there's a ton of action. It's just action on action, which is really good in my opinion. Um, and yeah, the ending was super satisfying. I think this movie holds up really well as a standalone film. Like, I don't think you have to watch any of the previous Predator or Alien movies to really understand or enjoy it, which is really good in my opinion. Um, Obviously, if you have seen the previous, you'll have some good knowledge going into it, which will help you understand a lot of stuff easier, but I don't think it's necessary. Alright, now I'll get into spoilers a little bit. I just wanted to touch on a couple things. I really like the relationship between the android Tia and the Predator Deck. Deck is the main character, the Yautja main character, and we follow their journey through this planet trying to survive um, these, they're alien monster creatures, which are pretty unique ones. There's like this vine kind of snake creature. The movie monster designs in this, or alien designs, are really good. They're pretty unique in my opinion, and I think they are menacing and intimidating. Like, they are constantly putting Deck the Yautja, his life in danger, which you don't really see. You don't see the Predator being really, like, afraid in any other Predator movies. So I think that's a good change of pace. Obviously, he's still pretty fearless. Like, he almost dies and then immediately runs back to fight the same monster, um, which is cool. But still, like, you do feel like he could die, which is kind of unusual for a Predator. The world itself is really cool designed with, like, one thing especially I liked was, like, the grass that was, like, blades, like actual blades. That was cool. And, like, the Callisk, the monster that Deck is after, just very cool creature regenerative, I think that's the word, regenerative powers. So even when he cuts its head off, it just reattaches itself and keeps fighting. Super cool in my opinion. And like all the androids being evil, of course, and just getting mauled apart in pretty cool ways, and just a really creative movie is really like my main takeaway. Not, in my opinion, the best Predator movie. I, of course, don't think anything will ever top the original. Um, that's just my opinion. But I do think it holds up pretty well to, like, the first, second, third, and Prey movies. We don't talk about the fourth. That one is a beautiful disaster. That is such a trash movie. It is super fun to watch. It's a fun, bad movie, but it is so bad. But it's so fun to watch too, so that's all I can say. But this movie's like an actual good movie, which I was honestly surprised. I didn't have that high of expectations going into this movie. I wasn't expecting like anything really too crazy, but it surpassed my expectations, and I can appreciate that. The ending was super cool and creative with, well, yeah, it took a creative spin on like the endings of other Predator movies where you see like the humans really prepare and make a bunch of weapons out of like random stuff, except the Predator does it this time, which is cool to see. And then in the end, like I said, it's a satisfying ending. I'm not going to spoil it too much because I do genuinely think you guys should go and watch it. But I really liked the ending a lot. The choreography for the battles is cool. And the best part about this movie is its use of, like, what's the word? Its use of practical effects. This movie does not hold back on the practical effects, and I love it. Taking from the vein of Alien Romulus, which came out in the last year or two, I think 2024, I think, which had a lot of really good practical effects. This movie kept that up and kept that same vibe, and it looks incredible. There's a lot of times where I can't tell what's CGI and what's practical effects because they'll kind of mix the two. It looks so good. The effects in this movie look so good. That is a huge praise for me because I think practical effects are underused in the modern age, and I always appreciate when they do use them. Okay, let's get into some negatives. Some negatives is, obviously, for some people, it's not the standard Predator formula. You're following a Predator, so there's not nearly as much dialogue, which for some, that doesn't matter because there's subtitles for the outro, but I know not everyone likes that. But it is not a dialogue-heavy movie, really. There's not a lot of exposition, which is good, but also sometimes I can see people who don't know a lot of the universe playing a little bit of catch-up, if you know what I mean. But I think for the most part, they do a good job explaining everything. I think the main thing is, if anyone's not going to like it, it's going to be diehard fans of the original that don't want to sympathize with the Predator at all. They want it to be this human, this emotionless killing machine, which I can understand. That's how it's always been. Obviously, there was Alien versus Predator movies where they were a little bit more, like on humans' side of things, but I can see people wanting a human protagonist in these movies over a Yautja protagonist and not really vibing with that. I don't know, I didn't really have too many complaints about the movie. I know my dad, I went with him, and he wasn't like a huge fan, but he just thought it was okay. And I think that has to do with him having preferred if it was a human protagonist. He didn't really tell me, so I don't know. But to me, I didn't really have any complaints. It wasn't my favorite Predator movie. I think just the thing that was lacking is when it's like a human protagonist, you can really root for them because they're the underdog. where, yeah, the Yautja is the underdog, but it's a Yautja. We can't relate to it as much, for one, and two, it's a killing machine. Like, yes, it is a runt and kind of the outsider of the clan, but it is a little harder to really, like, get behind it, in the first Predator with Arnold, or Dutch, I think that was his name, where you were really, like, rooting for him, because he's, like, just at a significant disadvantage. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I highly recommend you go see it. Um, and yeah, let me know if I missed anything, or any criticism you guys had for the movie, or any praise you had for it, or whatever. And I'll have another video going up today, a little bit of a different one. That one, oh, I don't know if it'll go up today, but I'll be making a video today, and hopefully it'll go up soon. I want to edit that one a little bit more. I'm dipping my toes in the water of the editing and trying to get better at it, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see next. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.